Did we just watch?
I mean, no matter how many times you've seen it, you talk about it, you know what's going to happen, you know what's possible. Steph Curry, it's almost like you're never out of the game when you have him on your team, and he always delivers, or it seems like he always delivers. Tonight was no exception. That was an incredible performance. I got no more words.
Do I got it? Is that how Steph did it?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, winning is a skill. Like, winning is a skill. If it wasn't, everybody would do it. We got to see some of the best in the business do it tonight. Steve Kerr,
The Warriors, they live to fight another day. Just euphoria for Golden State fans. This was everything that we could have wanted in this matchup. Just another incredible night at the play-in tournament. In the East, the Sixers defeated the Magic to punch their ticket to the playoffs as the 7th seed. And in the West, we saw an absolute thriller in the 9-10 elimination game. Warriors are one win away from the playoffs, and the Clippers' season is over. Welcome on into Stage 11. I'm Taylor Oaks. We got Dirk Nowitzki, Blake Griffin, and Udonis Haslem. Take me back to 2016. Take me back to 2019. We had Steph
Me too.
Curry
Take me back.
in an elimination game. Incredible matchup. BG, what did we just watch?
I mean, no matter how many times you've seen it, you talk about it, you know what's going to happen, you know what's possible. Steph Curry, it's almost like you're never out of the game when you have him on your team, and he always delivers, or it seems like he always delivers. Tonight was no exception. That was an incredible performance. I got no more words.
Do I got it? Is that how Steph did it?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, winning is a skill. Like, winning is a skill. If it wasn't, everybody would do it. We got to see some of the best in the business do it tonight. Steve Kerr, Draymond, Steph, what he was able to do. This is a skill, and I'm happy to see these guys win. I'm feeling pretty good right now. Feeling pretty good right now.
They redeemed your heat. Feel better?
A little bit.
Dirk, everything we could have wanted.
Yeah, incredible fourth quarter there. Guys making shots. Draymond, can't say enough about his defensive genius. When he's locked in and he locks in somebody, he doesn't want to help. He's all over him. He uses his long arms. He got on the Kawhi. Kawhi had no shot. His first field goal came with 10 seconds to go in the fourth. So it was an incredible job by Kawhi offensively making shots. I mean, it was an incredible display in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, when we talk about Steph and Curry, that third quarter explosion, it was like nothing that we had seen there, UD.
Anthony Milton said it a few weeks ago. Like, when he's in our locker room, we have the ultimate confidence that we could beat anybody. He just breathes that confidence into us, and we feel like it. When he steps on the basketball court, not only does he draw so much attention, but once he gets it going, it is demoralizing for a defense. There is nothing you can do. You can trap him. He's going to get around the trap and pull up. He can play off the ball. He can get a shot. So it's extremely demoralizing when Steph Curry gets it done. But it's so much of a joy to watch, and I'm just sad Kawhi had to go home, but this was a beautiful game, and I'm so happy to watch this game and enjoy it.
It's a joy to watch him, but it's also a joy to watch how much joy he plays with.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Who else makes a huge shot like that with under a minute left and turn to the crowd and have a moment and then walk off and be with your teammate and then come back and seal it? Dirk, you touched on Draymond's defense. I thought the Warriors as a whole did such a good job of just sticking with their defensive game plan, right?
Yes.
We're going to give a lot of attention to Kawhi, and then that allows Draymond to do what he does and one-on-one make plays towards the end. So a credit to everybody. Obviously, Steph did what Steph did, but there was a number of guys who just stuck with the game plan and just stay focused. It's very simple.
Man.
You know what you're supposed to do, just do it. And
You get 21 fast break points, you get 35 points off turnovers and 43 points from your bench. You would think you would win that game. You would think you would win that game, but it just didn't go that way. But you have to give credit to Steve Kerr. One thing I saw that Steve Kerr did, and this was a heck of a move by him, is coming back with Al Horford. At that time when Al got hot, Al was minus 20 in that game. And usually when a guy's minus 20, he's not in the game down the stretch. So shout out to Steve Kerr for having confidence in the vet.
Yeah, I mean, 7 threes for Stephen Curry tonight, and it is time for our premium player presented by Patron.
Hot player.
There he is.
Welcome on in.
Built the chain.
There he is.
All right,
Keep the
Steph.
chain on.
Yes, sir.
This game had everything that we wanted. High stakes, big shots, 2 superstars going head-to-head, and you and Kawhi, but the Warriors prevail in this one. What did the intensity of that matchup feel like from the inside?
I mean, it's a play-in, but it felt just like the playoffs. And for us as a team, there's a lot of unknowns just on who's going to be out there in the closing lineup, how the rotations were going to go, just because we haven't had everybody available for a good stretch of the season. But once we got out there, the biggest thing for us was just kind of withstanding the runs. We were down, I think, 10, 4 or 5 different times and never gave up, kept punching back. And it was just resiliency. A lot of champions in that locker room, but we haven't done it together. But it showed in that, especially in that second half, where we just kept fighting back.
Congrats, Steph. Chain looks good on you. Talk to me about Draymond, man. What a warrior. What did he bring to you in this game?
That's who he is. It's not. I ran out of words to describe his influence and his impact on the game. 2 big steals down the stretch, but more so, Kawhi's gonna get his numbers, but he just made it hard on him all night. Just whether he was, the primary defender making him work, whether he was a weak side guy coming over disrupting plays, the timely just energy that he brought for us all night. He's battling like a little cold or something like he's got going on, coughing every time out when we're checking on him, and he's just fighting through. It's amazing that when we get into these type of environments, what comes out of us.
Steph, congrats on the win, man. It's Blake. You've obviously played with a ton of great players. Kristaps Porzingis tonight was special. I mean, I don't know if you've ever played with a guy who get a tip dunk on a free throw and also hit 3 deep threes.
And he put one of mine back, too.
Hit 3 deep threes and also be heading on his way back to defense as the ball's still in the air. Talk about just the impact he made on this game tonight.
It's exactly why we made the trade, in the sense of, when he's battled a lot this season, but when he's out there, he provides another element for us. Like you said, stretching the floor, being able to put pressure on the rim offensively, a defensive, rim protector. And there's those plays early in the fourth quarter that gave us momentum, just to keep the game close. But we made them call the first time out in the fourth quarter. And for that, that's a huge element of just playoff basketball, being able to have timely, runs that keep you in it. And he did that in the first 6 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Steph, man, hell of a game tonight. You did here. Check me out, man. I just want to see, did I get it? Did you do it like that? Is that how you did it? Is that it? Did I get it right? I just want to know, did I get it? I'm trying to get it. Did I get it?
I haven't been out there in a while in the high-pressure games, so I was trying to have as much fun as possible.
Man, you enjoyed the watch,
enjoying
man.
myself.
We appreciate it.
I got to say, it's a lot more fun, just watching it, not watching it in person. I still got PTSD.
Not quite the celebration, but wanted to ask you about Al, man. And you talked about why you went and got Porzingis, but you went and got Al. He's a Gator, but you also went and got him for his championship DNA. When he came in and made shots tonight, he was actually not playing that well. If you looked at the numbers, he was minus 20, but having confidence in him and him coming out having confidence in himself. You just talk about just having a guy like that in the locker room?
Yeah, you can't teach that championship grit. He's won everywhere he's been. 2 chips in college, got one in Boston. We were fighting, toe-to-toe in the 22 finals, and he won game 1 by himself doing exactly what he did tonight. So it was kind of cool seeing it on our side. And to your point, there was a moment he knew he wasn't shooting the ball well, and for him to take those shots with confidence, that means he's put the work in. That means he has belief in himself. And the fact that it went, that his way is just a testament, just being ready. I don't know what kind of, positive self-talk he had going on in his head, but it definitely worked out.
Yes, sir.
Warriors Nation News, Dub Nation. Let me ask you something that should make every fan sit up straight right now. What do you call it when a 10-seed team walks into a win-or-go-home game, trails by double digits late, has its superstar on a managed knee, and still sends the other team home crying? You call that championship nerve. You call that Golden State refusing to die. Because that is exactly what happened when the Warriors stunned the Clippers 126-121 in the play-in, erased a 13-point late deficit, and kept this season breathing for at least one more fight. Steph Curry dropped 35, hit 7 threes, and the Warriors turned a season full of pain into one more night of belief. Reuters reported Golden State is now 1 win away from the playoffs, while the Clippers season is finished. And let's be real, this game was pure Steph Curry madness. Not full minutes, peak conditioning 2016 Steph. No. This was restricted Steph. Comeback Steph. 38 years old and still too dangerous Steph. Before the game, Reuters reported Steve Kerr expected Curry to be around 32 minutes because of the knee and the need to protect him after a 27-game absence. Then what happened? He went nearly 36 minutes anyway and detonated the whole night with 35 points. Yeah, that is why nobody with a functional basketball brain ever feels safe when number 30 is on the floor in a one-game situation. The rules of logic start bending. What I loved most was that this was not just a Steph solo act. This felt like old Warriors blood mixing with new Warriors help. The San Francisco Chronicle said Curry and Draymond Green turned back the clock with their chemistry, and Green finished with 4 steals, 9 assists, and a defensive masterclass on Kawhi Leonard, who managed just 1 late dunk in the fourth quarter. Gui Santos gave Golden State 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. Kristaps Porzingis added 20 and helped drive the comeback, and then Al Horford, 39 years old, came flying out of nowhere with 4 massive threes in the final 5:37. That is playoff survival basketball right there. Not pretty, not neat, just killers making winning plays when the season is trying to slip away. And that is why I think this win means more than just, okay, cool, they advanced. No, this game reminded everybody what the Warriors still are when the pressure gets disgusting. They're a team that can look flawed for months and then suddenly become terrifying for 2 minutes. Reuters said the Warriors closed on a 27-13 run. The Chronicle said Curry hit a tie-breaking 3 off the classic two-man action with Draymond under a minute left. That is not random. That is identity. That is history showing up when the season is on the table. Now the next challenge is Phoenix, and this is where Dub Nation needs to lock in hard. Reuters reported the Warriors now face the Suns for the number 8 seed and the right to play Oklahoma City in round 1. This is still win or go home. There is no comfort here. There is no easing into the bracket. And Phoenix is a different animal. More pace, more spacing, more shot-making pressure. But Golden State just proved something huge. They do not need to be the better team for 82 games anymore. They need to be the more dangerous team for one night. And with Steph alive, Draymond snarling, Podziemski fearless, Porzingis stretching the floor, Gui flying around, and Horford suddenly looking like a playoff arsonist, that danger is very, very real. I also think this win quiets a lot of the funeral talk around this team. Yes, the regular season was rough. Yes, the Warriors finished 37-45. Yes, injuries wrecked the rhythm of the whole year. But the Chronicle pointed out that the veteran core of Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Steve Kerr still showed resilience and cohesion when it mattered most, while younger pieces like Podziemski and Santos kept growing into real contributors. That matters, because this is not just a nostalgia act anymore. It is still a dangerous basketball team with a real pulse, a real edge, and a real chance to make somebody miserable. So here's my final take, loud and clear, favorable to the Warriors all the way. Not because the road is easy, not because the roster is perfect, not because Oklahoma City is waiting and nobody in the West is scared. Nah. Favorable because Steph Curry just reminded the league that a restricted version of him is still enough to flip an elimination game. Favorable because Draymond Green still knows how to wreck a star's rhythm. Favorable because Porzingis and Horford gave Golden State dimensions it didn't always have earlier in the year. And favorable because once the Warriors drag a game into the last 5 minutes, belief starts spreading through that jersey again. And belief in Golden State is never just emotion. Sometimes it becomes a real problem for the other team. Now tell me, Dub Nation, after that comeback against the Clippers, do you believe the Warriors finished the job against the Suns and steal the 8 seed? Or was that win the emotional peak of the run? Drop your take in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe to Warriors Nation News.